Have you also ever asked yourself, if there could be one place that could challenge your spirit? If not, then stir up your imagination, and awaken your sense of awe, and take a look at this nature's quiet grandeur that we see right now and right here in the village of Long Son, which is nestled here in the Truong Son sphere. Isn't this also a scene that is provoking your soul as it is provoking mine? For me, this isn't just a stop on a map, no, this is the space where stories retreat into limestone shadows and civilizations hum through the canopy. Here we are not just visiting a destination. In Long Son we are entering the very realm that is still preserved by time and carefully guarded by nature. It is also the place where the rugged karst mountains do much more than decorate the skyline. They tower like ancient sentinels and rising sharply from thick jungle like nature's monuments to endurance. And it is here where their vertical cliff drama teases climbers and beckons hikers with trails that will test resolve and reward persistence. Here, every step cuts through layers of silence, interrupted only by cicadas, rustling leaves, or the sudden flight of a startled bird. Moreover, here we can delve into multi-day tours that are offering hiking through ancient forests or camping beside the rivers and under starry skies. Then we have the early morning treks that provide exciting cloud hunting at dawn, and these comes with breathtaking views of rolling mists that are crossing over the mountains and creating an unforgettable atmosphere like in a dream. Then of course, here we also have the magic of the Bru Van Kieu communities who are scattered among the foothills and hold a quiet dignity in their way of life. They enjoy a rhythm of firewood cracking at dusk, dressed in handwoven textiles that have been dyed in natural pigments, and using bamboo instruments to echoing their folklore in twilight, and so reflecting their lifestyle that is deeply rooted in nature, tradition, and communal harmony. Meeting them is really a journey that goes deeper than geography. It is a step into continuity and into their cultural resilience that is wrapped in warmth and humility. Here we can not only see but also feel their ancient wisdom that flows from their land, as well as their myths that rise with the smoke, and their songs that carry well-kept memories across their valleys. But what truly knits this region together is the legendary Ho Chi Minh Road, a path that feels both historic and haunted. It winds with serpentine grace, cutting through mist-drenched forests and sheer rock faces, resembling more a whisper from the past than a highway. Traversing it is not merely driving, it is absorbing the ghosts of revolutionaries, traders, and mountain spirits. Here every bend tells a story, and every kilometer feels like a poem that is buried beneath the cement concrete and the creeping vines. And so these are some of my reasons why this village that is called Long Son, and which is nestled here in the Truong Son Valley, is definitely demanding a pause, not because they are loud, but because they are profound. To stop here is to step off the clock and into the pulse of something primal that is important to our well-being. It is because, here the karst formations don't scream. They stand, the nature don't lure with glitter, they envelop with depth. The Bru Van Kieu people don't offer curated culture, no, they share lived truth, and last but not least, the Ho Chi Minh Road doesn't entertain, it haunts, it guides, and it is opening the eyes, and most importantly it remembers the past. In a short context, this land is not an experience, it's a quiet upheaval of what it means to travel peacefully, resourcefully, and affordable. So when we come here, we don't merely take pictures, but most importantly, we take time and indulge ourselves into the village rhythms and lives. Because the hamlet of Long Son here in Truong Son is truly challenging us, not with a grand spectacle, but with peaceful and rejuvenating stillness. And once we leave, a part of us will be staying behind, woven into the limestone, the mist, and the silence that guards this unforgettable corner of Quang Ben, that now has been merged with the Quang Tri district, but nevertheless, it is still one of the best spots to visit here along the unforgettable and historical Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Hello.
And as we now continue further north on the Duong Ho Chi Minh Road, we will pass even more of the quiet rural area, a secluded region that is surrounded and blessed with countless more of the stunning and beautiful limestone mountains. Shortly, we also will have a drive-by at the Khe Suspension Bridge and the trailway that leads to the village of Diem San Mai, a hamlet that is known as the cloud hunting spot C6, which is an emerging location that is located in the outpost, a settlement that is called number C6 of the Ko Trang village. As we roar deeper upstream into the headwaters of the Long Dai River Valley, we will also cross the stream on the Zin Xen Bridge, a roadway that is forking with the QL9E in the Rin commune. Then, from there we will traverse further towards the commune of Chu Bien and once again up into the hills of the Truong Son Mountain range. And as we follow the QL15 road north, the Phong Nha-Kẻ Bàng National Park will be coming into our view at some point on the mountain saddle. It will be a scenic view stop where it will be presenting itself with its dramatic landscapes that are filled with cliffs, valleys, rivers, and dense jungle that is dotted with infinite cave complexes. One of those attractions is the Hang Toi, an attractive destination with wild beauty and adventurous activities, which is well known not only for ziplining, but also renowned for exploring the massive chambers of the famous Dong Phong Nha cave system. Then we will level out in the Jom Choi Valley of the Phuc Trach district and continue toward the Khe Gát T-Junction QL15 and QL16, where we will encounter the Kilometer Zero marker of the Ho Chi Minh Road and the old Khe Gát Army Airfield, an airport that once was extremely active during the Vietnam wartime. But this former aerodrome is now a very quiet and overgrown area next to the almost 3-kilometer long and straight QL15 road stretch. Passing this section, the road will once narrower down and climbing up to the De Deo mountain pass, before we reaching our final destination for today, in the Trung Hoa commune of the Minh Hoa district. But for now, sit back and take in the boundless beauty and quiet solitude of the Duong Ho Chi Minh Road, as we ride along this amazing stretch that is primarily made out of narrow concrete slabs. Here we are passing the small village of Khe Kat, which is surrounded by limestone karsts, dense jungle, and winding streams. It is one of these many quiet hamlets that is inhabited by the Bru Van Kieu ethnic community, a group where traditional stilt houses, oral storytelling, and forest-based livelihoods are still practiced. And as you can see too, life here is quiet and communal, with limited infrastructure, and many of the homes still rely on natural resources and traditional farming in order to survive their daily chores.
Hello.
Hello.
Going down south?
Yeah, all the way to Ho Chi Minh.
Okay, I'm going up north all the way to Sapa.
Oh, brilliant ripping roads, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it's beautiful here too, eh? You have to be careful with the gravel, eh?
Oh yeah, yeah, there's some dodgy bits up there. I had 1 or 2 slides.
Okay, are you going to come tick too?
I'm not sure, I'm with a group.
Oh.
I ripped on ahead because I was just enjoying it too much.
If you do the blue tunnels, the
Yeah.
2 blue tunnels,
All right.
after the second blue tunnel, the road is mosey.
Oh yeah.
So it's slippery like ice. Be
Oh,
careful, okay?
Okay,
If you
right.
do that.
Nice one.
Have a good trip.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was an interesting meetup with this fellow biker here on the Zin Xen Bridge, a crossover that is tucked deep in the wilderness, and surrounded by dense forest. One of the locals mentioned it to me that it is often shrouded in mist, and that when this is happening it will add to the mystical atmosphere of this crossing here in the lush jungle of the Rin area. The bridge spans a deep ravine between 2 steep mountain slopes, and when stopping on the deck, we are greeted by sweeping views of lush greenery and the Long Dai River flowing below. Its headwaters lie nearby, and the river stretches over 77 kilometers and flowing northeastward before merging with the Kien Jiang River and finally forming the Natlu River, before emptying into the South China Sea at Dong Hoi. Considering all this, it's no surprise that this hidden gem, nestled within the mountainous terrain of Truong Son District, has become a favorite stop for photographers and nature lovers alike.
Hello.
We are now on the stretch from Khe Kat in the Truong Son District to Phuoc Trach in the Bo Trach District, and this is certainly one of the most remote and hauntingly beautiful segments of the western Ho Chi Minh Road, a thoroughfare which is also called the Duong Ho Chi Minh Tay. It slices through the heart of the Quang Tri mountainous terrain, and threading between dense jungle, limestone ridges, and mist-laced valleys. And what makes it truly remarkable is its utter isolation: no villages, no shops, no phone signal, and often not even a gas station for over 200 kilometers. How more interestingly satisfying can it really get?
Getting really special here, huh? It was all blocked by a landslide. Ooh, that was an adventure by itself.
This must be one of the most remote and rugged mountainous passes that is cutting here through the Truong Son range of Quang Tri. And historically, I learned that this pass was part of the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which was the vital wartime supply route during the Vietnam War, and as of today, it remains a solitary and dramatic drive, with no settlements along the way, just immensely dense jungle, vertical limestone cliffs, and a lot of winding concretes. And here we are overlooking the Phong Nha region. This whole area used to be a quiet neighborhood here in the former Quang Binh province, known to mostly local people and a handful of cavers. But that changed when some explorer confirmed the existence of the Sun Dong Cave, which is as of today, still the world's largest cave system, and with this discovery Phong Nha was suddenly on the global map. Of course, the tourists began arriving, not just for the Sun Dong Cave, but for the entire cave network, such as the Paradise Cave, the Phong Nha Cave, and the Hang En Cave, and that is just to mention a few of them. It is needless to say, that they all became very popular alternatives, and with each of them offering different levels of adventure, starting from boat rides to multi-day trekking adventures, there was suddenly a whole new industry of commercialized fun and professional discovery born. The local businesses also adapted very quickly, and homestays, eco-lodges, and small restaurants popped up like fast-growing mushroom along the main road. Although the town itself remained small, its services expanded very rapidly, and so the arriving visitors could start to rent motorbikes, book guided tours, or simply relax on the flowing riverside. Then the Phong Nha, Co Bang National Park became the centerpiece of the whole region. It wasn't just about caves anymore, as the park started to offer jungle treks, ziplining, kayaking, and wildlife spotting. And then the botanical garden opened and topped it all off by introducing visitors to native plants and conservation efforts. And last but not least came the Bong Lai Valley Fun Park, which added a touch of rural charm. There, the travelers can cycle along dirt roads, stop at farms, taste local dishes, and get refreshed at the pub with cold beer, a quirky landmark that quickly gained popularity, right next to the duck and pepper farms, which came along with an optional buffalo experience. Just as day follows night, adventure companies like Oxalis began offering multi-day expeditions, including cave camping, underground river swims, and jungle hikes, all led by well-trained guides and backed by solid safety standards. Simply put, if you can imagine it, they already have it. Although the Sun Dong Cave itself remains very exclusive and only a few hundred people can enter the cave each year. Of course, the price is also very steep. But they say that the experience is simply unmatched, as inside the cave the explorers found another cave, a cavern so large that it has its own ecosystem, complete with jungle and clouds, like out of the movie Jurassic Park. However, for those not yet ready for extreme caving like me, Phong Nha Cave is accessible by boat too, and the Paradise Cave is even offering wooden walkways and dramatic formations, and the Dark Cave combined even mud baths with ziplining and swimming. And so, over time the town's infrastructure improved a lot, and more roads were paved, more ATMs being installed, and Wi-Fi is now very reliable. And fortunately, the area is still retaining its quiet and low-key atmosphere, without any high-rise hotels being built, and none of these chain restaurants being opened as of today. And at present the local guides are still sharing their stories of the wartime history, when the Ho Chi Minh Trail passed by nearby, and some of the caves had been used as hiding shelters, giving the visitors some interesting background about this region's strategic importance during the Vietnam War. As of today, Phong Nha is also a hub for conservation and environmental awareness. As tour operators started to support local schools and helped to build flood-resistant homes, and teaching the residents about the importance of retaining good harmony with the surrounding nature. Now the best time to visit Phong Nha is during the dry season, and that is from March to August, as flooding would occur in autumn and temporarily closing some of the caves. And so, Phong Nha became not just a destination. It set off as a gateway to nature, history, and community, and now it has expanded into offering a mix of both, adrenaline and reflection, and making it for many visitors the ultimate highlight of their Vietnam journey. And who knows, maybe in the near future you are one of these lucky guys too.
Hello. Oh, that's a huge cave. Spring. Okay. Oh, yeah. That is the dark cave area. Looks very commercial. It looks like I left the house behind me for now. Hello, hello! Oh!
And here we arrived at the T-junction of the QL15 and QL16 at the edge of Khe Gát, and tucked between forested hills and wartime echoes, stands the Kilometer Zero monument, the official starting point of the western branch of the Ho Chi Minh Road. It is not grand in size, but its significance runs deep, as during the Vietnam War, this location marked the beginning of a strategic supply route that was carved through the Truong Son Mountains. From here, the convoys carried troops, weapons, and hope southward, navigating terrain that was both unforgiving and vital. The road was built under constant threat of bombs zipping overhead, and chemical defoliants vaporizing from below, mixed together with the relentless surveillance, and you can imagine yourself that this was a recipe for human disaster. Today, the monument, a granite marker, a few plaques, and a sense of reverence is quiet. Some travelers stop briefly, snap photos, and read about the soldiers of Dong 559, the unit that built and maintained the route. Only a few linger longer, but those who do, often leave with a deeper respect for the scale of sacrifice and logistics that once pulsed through this corridor. The Kilometer Zero marker site isn't just a waypoint, it is a reminder that every long journey, whether of war or peace, begins somewhere, and for the Ho Chi Minh Road, it all began here at this very point.
Hello and bye bye.
What is your name?
Rene.
Oh, bye bye.
Bye bye. And what is your name?
My name is
Don't know. Bye bye.
And here we are riding parallel next to the Khe Gát Airfield, which was then known as the hidden runway of Truong Son. The construction began quietly in the late months of 1968, with the goal to build a military airfield that is capable of launching jet fighters to defend the supply routes and strike back at the U.S. naval forces, working under constant threat of aerial surveillance. The engineers and volunteers labored only at night, and after only 7 months, the Khe Gát Airfield was completed with an almost 3 kilometers long compacted earth runway, which was covered and hidden beneath camouflage and the surrounding karst cliffs. Then on Wednesday, April the 19th in 1972, 2 MiG-17s launched from here a surprise strike over the Gulf of Tonkin and bombed the USS Higbee, and narrowly missed the USS Oklahoma City, and marking Vietnam's first successful air attack on US warships. In response, the US bombed Khe Gát heavily but also withdrew their naval presence from the Quang Binh coastal area for several months. Today, the airfield is quiet and a stretch of road on the Ho Chi Minh route marks its location with a stone plaque, commemorating the mission and reminding that even a hidden runway in the deepest jungle can change the course of a war successfully. And if you are still here, thank you so much for being part of my journey. I hope you enjoyed the ride from Long Son through the incredibly empty yet scenic region of the Truong Son Mountain Range, all the way to the starting point of the Duong Ho Chi Minh Road, marked by its Kilometer Zero monument. And from there, climbing up and over the De Deo Pass and arriving here in the Trung Hoa commune. For now, I'm looking forward to having you with me again in the next part, where I will continue the journey to Khai Son, located in the On Son district of the northwestern province of Nay On. If this sounds interesting to you, hit subscribe and come with me as this next chapter is going off the map, when I am heading into the northern reaches of Vietnam to uncover rare and fascinating locations, places that are off the beaten tourist traps, and that mark the country's final and virtually forgotten frontiers.